One day, your Daphne is the most beautiful plant on your patio. The glossy evergreen leaves look perfect. The flowers fill the whole space with that incredible fragrance. Friends stop to ask what that amazing smell is. You finally think, I've figured this plant out. Then, almost overnight, the leaves begin to droop. The stems lose their strength. Everything suddenly starts collapsing. So naturally, you do what almost every gardener would do. You water it, because surely it's thirsty, right? But what if that final watering isn't saving your Daphne? What if it's the last thing that pushes it over the edge? Gardeners call this sudden Daphne dieback. The strange part is, it almost never begins suddenly. The real damage usually starts weeks earlier, hidden deep inside the pot where nobody ever looks. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what's happening beneath that soil, why your roots aren't simply drowning, why they're actually running out of oxygen, why one invisible layer inside almost every container silently creates the perfect conditions for disaster, and why one of the internet's most popular drainage tips can quietly make the entire problem even worse. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's killing container-grown Daphne plants, and more importantly, how to stop it before it's too late. So what's actually killing it? Overwatering? Underwatering? Bad fertilizer? A fungus? Just bad luck? Most gardeners cycle through all 5 guesses and still lose the plant. Stick with me, because the answer isn't what you think, and I'm about to show it to you. If you've never looked through the side of a clear container before, you're about to see something most gardeners never notice. Fill a clear cup with regular potting soil. Poke a drainage hole. Water it well. Now look at the side of the cup. See that? A visible band of dark, saturated soil sitting at the bottom, even though the top looks completely dry to the touch. That band doesn't drain away just because you stop watering. It sits there for days. If your pot wasn't transparent, you'd never know it was there. Once you see this, you'll never look at container watering the same way again. So why does that dark band actually matter? Because something is disappearing from that layer. And no, it isn't the water, it's the air. Roots don't just drink water, they breathe. They need oxygen down there just like you need air in your lungs. Imagine a room where the air slowly disappears. That's essentially what happens around roots trapped in saturated soil. They aren't drowning because they're surrounded by water. They're failing because the air they need has quietly run out. That's the wow moment right there. Your plant can be dying from lack of air, while you're standing above it convinced the problem is water. Because this makes it worse, not better. You've heard the trick, put gravel at the bottom of the pot to help drainage. It doesn't work. Water doesn't magically pass through gravel and disappear. It collects right above it, same swamp, just hidden one layer deeper where you're even less likely to check it. If you've done this, don't panic. Just know it's not helping. Now here's where it gets genuinely dangerous. Once roots are starved of oxygen, they weaken. That's when a water mold called Phytophthora gets its opportunity. It thrives in saturated soil. It attacks roots that are already weakened. And it finishes the damage the oxygen starvation already started. So overwatering and root rot were never two separate problems. They're one chain, back to front. Trapped water starves the roots. Starved roots get infected. Infected roots collapse the plant fast, which is exactly why it looks sudden. One more thing before we fix this. Even with flawless care, Daphnes growing in hot, humid climates often only live 4 to 8 years. That's documented by horticulturists who track these plants for decades. Not a guess. So if yours declined and you did everything right, it might genuinely not be on you. Here's the surprising part. Most gardeners miss the very first warning sign because they're looking at the leaves instead of what's happening underneath. If you only remember one test from this video, make it this one. Smell the soil near the roots. A rotten egg smell is a strong sign that the root zone has become anaerobic, one of the earliest warnings, often showing up before a single leaf droops. Check root color. Pale and firm is healthy. Dark and mushy means rot's already started. Time the drainage. Water it, then watch. If water consistently sits on the surface for several minutes, it's a strong sign your potting mix may not be draining well enough. Check the stem right at the soil line. Dark, soft lesions there confirm the water mold's already active. And here's a plot twist. Blotchy or ring-patterned yellow leaves aren't a watering problem at all. That's often viral, and it can arrive with a plant from the nursery before you ever touched it. Now, repotting, this is where panic makes people do the wrong thing. I'm not tearing this root ball apart. I'm not rinsing it bare. I'm keeping it intact and packing a fresh mix around the outside. So what should you actually use? Forget rigid recipes, climate, pot size, and pot material change the exact numbers. What matters is the characteristics. You want coarse particles that hold their shape and keep air pockets open. You want fast drainage, so water moves through instead of pooling. And you want just enough organic material to hold moisture without ever staying saturated. Materials like chunky pine bark, pumice, coarse perlite, or horticultural grit all help create those open air spaces that Daphne roots depend on. There's no single locked ratio. Your climate and container size will shift the balance. The goal isn't dry soil. The goal is oxygen-rich soil. Get that right, and you've solved the actual problem, no matter what zone you're gardening in. On a hot summer afternoon, the soil inside a dark plastic container can become dramatically hotter than the surrounding air. Long before the leaves show any stress, the roots may already be struggling. Dark pots absorb far more heat than most gardeners realize. If you're in a hot climate, morning sun with afternoon shade can make a bigger difference than people expect. Heat is its own silent killer, working alongside the oxygen problem, not separate from it. Because by the time heat damage looks like a watering problem, the roots may already be under serious stress. So, back to the title. The silent Daphne killer was never simply too much water. It was the invisible layer beneath the surface where oxygen ran out and the roots quietly lost their ability to breathe. Remember this the next time your Daphne suddenly starts to decline. It probably wasn't asking for more water. It was asking for more air. Healthy roots don't just need water, they need room to breathe. Sometimes the most dangerous thing inside a flower pot isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. Subscribe if you want more of this. Real mechanisms, not recycled myths. Tell me in the comments, which test are you trying first? The cup test or the smell test? Next week, the other silent killer, hiding in your fertilizer schedule. You'll want to see that before your next feeding.